Ah, yes, the great human experience, the great human experiment, the expirement. Yes, man, will expire, but he reproduces, you guys. So it's like turntable, you know, a wheel. It just keeps turning and turning and turning. Everything is working really, really well in the Father's house, many mansions. Okay, many houses. The Father's house with many houses. Okay, and everybody kind of technically has their own little box here. Um, what I wanted to say was this is also the playground, the devil's playground. Okay, so this is Saturn's playground, Saturn Satan Connect. And the house is rigged, you guys. The big box is owned by the Father, no doubt, and it's rigged. It's working just right, you guys. It's turning and turning. Then you have the mother that comes into play on the wheel, and it's really important that we know about the mother of Octomom because it is a great piece to the grand puzzle. It's above and on top of the Father's house of many mansions. Okay, so it's the big box with all the little boxes inside of it. The big present with all the little presents, like Santa's bag, the big bag, all the presents inside, right? And you have your Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. And there's deer, there's horns, there's the dough again with the Nintendo. And if you look at the history of Nintendo, you're going to find that man, his name plays a big role, but he was also into gambling. He was around like dice and cards, and he went from that to Nintendo. And I've talked before about the Super Romeo, okay? And it is about Ra and Ra and Saturn Connect. Sun and Saturn Connect. They're the Bibles. Okay, so we are playing in a grand movie here. Let's see, what else? Yes, what else? Now there's the upper house and then the lower house. Okay, and Saturn, he does the 12, he does the zodiac. The lower house is with the 12 as well. It's on the 12 hours of your clock for your 12 and 12 for your 24. Okay, and in the lower house, we are technically the lead. We are the Saturn Connect. We have to turn our lead into gold, and we do this with the sun because the sun is the element of the gold. The moon is the silver. Okay, so technically the black is also taking part in the bronze. Okay, that's where the black is beginning from the beginning, right? The zygote, and the zygote is your black goat connect, or your Shabbath, your black Sabbath. Okay, Sabbath, Saturn. Yeah, so this is your big box connect here in the below. Okay, and then you have your above world. Okay, in your above world, you've accessed the gold mentally. Okay, and you're able to see clearly how the kingdom of heaven is here, right? And how you can access the other dimensions, because keep in mind, we don't die. I mean, in a sense we do to our bodies, but at the same time we don't. We just keep going. Okay, and this is going to lead into your dream status and your creative void, right? Because on the die, because you're Jack's box, you've got your 9 by 6 for your 54 sun cube. That's your black box. That's your 54 SUN. Okay, for the sun, the white sun that we call the sun. And I've shown you the white cube and the black cube, how they come from the die, because the die is the grand template. That's your salt and pepper shakers. That's your black and white cubes for your checkered board, for your Chex Mix, right? We're all playing the giant game of Monopoly here. Okay, it is the giant game board, you guys. It is the big game of Monopoly. It's the hero on the wheel. It's the Zodiac. It's the Jumanji. There's been so many names given to this game. right? And you come into the game, and then you're like a little micro version of that. You create your own game. Okay, so you are in the Father's house of many mansions, where you get your own house and you create and you mirror the Father, because he is the reflection of you here and you're the reflection of him there, or she, if you want to call the Father the Mother, because technically they're one. They sit on top of each other. Your 12 spoke wheel goes on the bottom with your 7 to 10 flames, and then Octomom's wheel, she sits on top. And this is the story of the wagon wheel, because the wag is on for the dog god. You might go look into some of the African cultures too. I did a post about this earlier about the Dogon tribe. They have a lot of information about the stars and the stories, and there's actual teachers of this ancient tribe who teach about the ancient wisdom. A lot of their ancient wisdom is going to depict the Great Mother, right? And she's always got a gaping womb right here. It's a womb, it's a wound, it's a womb. See how the D and the B, they flip? Okay, and then her titties are like really low, because she is the great fertility goddess. She is the great mother who breastfeeds all her children with the cosmic milk, guys. So there's a lot to be said about the milk, as well, for the land of the milk and honey. Okay, because this is also going to connect with your brain, your alchemy of your body. All the idols here that people are like bowing down and worshiping as gods, I think a lot of that has been misinterpreted, because these items are tools for teaching. They are art. They are depictions of art to paint a picture of a perspective of who we are as the gods who return to the game over and over. Many of us need to wake up to this understanding, because this is the playground, you guys. There's no fear here unless you bring it. And what are you bringing to the grand table? Okay, you're a piece of pie. The grand circle is the pie chart. How many slices do you get in your pizzas? Usually it's either 8 or 10. Okay, there's a reason for this. You're a slice of the pie. This is your board. This is your King Arthur's round table, because you are the king author. You hold the pen. You subscribed to the game when you came into the game. Okay, so there's also a lot to be said about the Sims. Okay, and the Sims come from the sun, because the Simpsons show you this. Okay, they're showing you a playwright, they're showing you a program. Keep in mind there are programmers here. They are a part of the program to help create other routes and rabbit holes for the program to continue, because the great brain needs more learning. Yes, we all come here and we all bring a giant piece of the puzzle, and each piece is elaborate and important to the puzzle for the grand image. So we should possibly look around and see what all the pieces that are out in the open are displaying. So that's my little blurb I did today. I've also done a lot of other videos here lately. I'm in my garden right now. It's really windy and nice today. I wanted to come on and talk about some stuff, but I've been muted a couple of times. So the best way I can tell you like what's running your below, it is the lowercase AI. Okay, and it stems from the uppercase AI, the Alpha Intelligence System, and so this is all coming from Octomom and Palladians, because they are the ones who are delivering this message to you. They come through a lot for me, and they help me in time. They help guide me back home. You can see all of the story played out in your stars, you guys. The bullseye, the target. I mean, the store target shows you about the bullseye. Everybody loves Target.